Can you all imagine that? Good morning, lovely people. Happy Wednesday morning to you. Do I sound better? Yeah, I think I'm sounding a lot better and I'm feeling a lot better too. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everybody doing this morning? Good to see you all. Happy Wednesday morning to you. It's not a hear thing I'm doing this. Sonny, what's up? Good morning. It's not a hear thing I'm doing this morning. So I don't know why I'm fidgeting with my hair, but it is what it is. But good morning, beautiful people. How are you doing? Welcome into the early morning live. This is the early morning live of Trev from Trevessence. If you're wondering where you are at, that's where you are. You are on my channel. You are on my TikTok account. I sincerely appreciate you all, and it is Wednesday morning. And we got a lot to give thanks for. Yeah, we are up, we are awake, we are alive. All right, and we are going to be welcoming the North Carolina sunrise. It's gonna take a minute. Let me show you what outside look like right now. Yeah, may I drink my little tea. Hold on, let me turn this around. I'm gonna see what outer door look like right now. Wait, let me computer another way. See there? Outside is dark right now, so yeah, we're not really, there isn't much to see. The sun hasn't even started to come over the horizon yet. But we are going to be here when it does. So it's all dark right now. Yeah, so it's all dark right now. So while it's dark out there, I am your light in here. I'm your sunshine right here. Welcome into the morning live. Wait a minute, let me get my blanket. Because it's a little bit chilly. I got the window open. A little bit of chill is coming in. But good morning, everybody. Welcome into the live. Thank you all so much for popping in, for stopping by. I sincerely appreciate you. Those of you on the tube, don't forget when you come, a little touch on your screen will register your like. And those of you on the talk, you all know what to do. All right? Hold on there. Hold on there. Hold on there. Hold on there. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world before we hit off into the Bible reading. Those of you who were here yesterday, oh boy, wasn't that something? Wasn't that something? For those of you who were here yesterday when we started reading the book of Jeremiah, rather interesting, wasn't it? Yeah, we're going to continue reading some more of the book of Jeremiah today because, you know me, I'm nosy. Yeah, I want to know. My nose ain't big like this for nothing. Yeah, because me nosy. Yeah, and when it comes down to the Bible, I'm nosy. I got to know what's in it. Yeah, they don't gave it to us. They don't gave it to us already and told us this is what we need to go by. And many of us didn't even take the time to read the textbook. To read the textbook that was given to us. But because I'm nosy, I have to read the textbook. So I will read it. I will take the bashing for all of us and I will read what is in it. I know a lot of people here, people get upset, people text me all the time and they don't like when we read the Bible. I don't know what is it about the Bible why you shouldn't like when I read it. You should love when I read it. You should love it when I read it. Because you don't spend the time to read it, but you believe that once you say, okay, you believe the Bible, that is supposed to insulate you from something. I'm not sure what, but I don't want to take that path anymore. Me say, Modest, what? Me say me up. Watch out. No, me a cough. You know why me cough? Because me da go say something. Me da go say me up like something at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's why it choked me. It choked me. It threw up me before I could have say it. So me not even go bother say it. Yes, me love them. Not stop me. Them not stop inbox me. Them know what them not like when me read the Bible. Them not like when me read the Bible. They say me I attack their religion. Me know somebody never hear me over here attack nobody's religion. Me no business with nobody and them religion. Whoever, whatever you want to worship or whoever you want to worship, he ain't got nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing. And the same way you were given the Bible is the same way I was given the Bible. And just like when me go to school and them give me one textbook, I have a responsibility to read it. Same way, so they have given me the Bible and I have a responsibility to read it. So when me read it and you hear what is actually in it and you're embarrassed, don't take it out on me, please. Don't take it out on me. Okay? Because it is what it is. Alright? Alright? So, Mothers, good morning. What's up? How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Hope everything going well with you, my sister. And the rest of the people over here on the tube, welcome as well. Alright, so we're gonna recap a little bit. Before we get into what's going on in the Bible, make we talk about, oh yeah, get ready for work. Okay, you stay safe out there, my love. Hold on them at this. About 10 somebody send me one WhatsApp message to say that Jamaica is contemplating being a US territory. And I am searching high waters and low waters and I can't find any official report. Anything like that reported at Jamaica, Mades? Because people them love spread propaganda, you see. That's why I know say that's why you all see that I don't run after people with their stories, you know. Me always I come last with the story then because so I have received several text messages where people forwarding a message to me that says Jamaica is contemplating becoming a US territory like Puerto Rico. And I'm like, I hear no official report of that. Me say, girl, them send it to me all over. If me never did I use the phone, me text it come to you. One something, me say, one whole heap of people keep sending it to my phone that Jamaica is contemplating becoming a US territory. KZN is here. Good morning, my love. KZN from morning. Me and you up together, I know. You know how long me not up from 4 o'clock in the morning with a man? Me Jesus have mercy, KZN. I enjoyed it, my love. I appreciate you. Yeah, so several people have sent me that text. Yeah, I can't authenticate it because I haven't seen it from any official site. So I enjoyed it, KZN. We should do that more often. Yeah, we should do that more often. Get up together and stay up together in the morning. When a man can get up early in the morning, it's a good thing, you know. Because you know, say, a lot of men can't get up them 4 o'clock hours a morning, you know. No, sir, no matter how them try. No matter how them try, them lay down flat like Mike Tyson thump them out. But anyway. Oh, boy. Yeah, so that was one thing. That was one thing with the Jamaica story that's been floating around. I don't know. I cannot verify whether or not it is true. The next thing that you all see happening. Oh no, sister, we are back in a segregation. Oh no, see it? Because you know a lot of these people are gonna jump on this opportunity. And we soon start seeing whites only places. You're right, you know, Modest. You're right about that. We're not united at all. You see, I work tonight. Me work tonight too, so we're not gonna be on tomorrow. I work tomorrow night as well, so we're not gonna be on Friday morning so early, but I will be off Saturday morning, Sunday morning. You said it was just a front. No pun intended. Trev, get it together. Get it together. But I like, excuse me, damn. And here I am sitting with this cold breeze coming in right on me. Do you think I'm doing myself any favor? But I'm still going to sit here and I'm still going to have this breeze come on in. Yeah, the breeze is coming in. It's cold. Every time I open my mouth, I feel the cold air just tickle my throat. But it is what it is. Mr. Orange Man, just bringing out all they actually felt all along. Eggs, girl, listen. I don't say this a million times. I don't know who allow themselves to be fooled into believing, into believing that these people had anything to do with us. Like all the tokenism, you know, and people jumping up and celebrating. I'm like, people are so what I really want to say, I can't say. But people are so, yeah. They never liked us from morning, much more no early morning, much more no night. They never did. They never did. You see a lot of them celebrating. They could not wait for this opportunity. They are enjoying it. All right. If it was the other way around, there wouldn't be this much support. But people love it. People love it. Do you see them? Did you see how they celebrated? And are still celebrating, and there's more celebrating to come. Listen, leopards can't change their spot. And for those of you who don't understand what we are talking about, you have to take a peep over on the talk. Yeah. For we are talking. Because we can't talk about everything. Some things have to stay in our codes. Okay? Yeah. It has always been like this, but it has always for the most part, most recently, it has been on the down low. Right. But now they can't hide it anymore. Yeah. They can't hide it anymore. So this is what they're coming. Don't you hear the people? Them get a mandate. The people them give them a mandate. This is what the people them went and marked for. So this is what they are giving the people. They know exactly what they're doing. And all these people are talking about, oh no, it's not racist. I want to tell you all to shut the fuck. I want to slap you all in the mouth. Tell us to shut the fuck up and get out of my face with that rubbish. You understand? I'm gonna make my cuss before I read the Bible. But anyway, I the Bible. You know matter. You understand? I can't wait for see the sky start clearing up. But I don't know if it's cloudy out because I can't see. Where my glasses? Oh, my glasses in the car. Yeah, I can't see. I don't see nothing happening. I don't see nothing happening outside. Let me see who else is here. Everton and Rosie and the others are here. Welcome. Good morning. Morning, lovely people. So, while we're dabbling a little bit in politics and religion, two of the most controversial topics you can ever find, ever. Okay, we dabble a little here and we dabble a little there. Before we get over into the religious aspect of it, yeah. Recently, I think as recent as yesterday or the day before, American government is no longer going to be upholding desegregation. I'm going to go and go look it up. I don't say Trev say. I'm going to go and look it up. This is opening the doors for people to be as racist as they want without consequences. There's going to be no federal consequences for anybody who wants to uphold that ideology. So you can walk into a restaurant and they could deny you service. There is going to be no protection for you to say, well, yeah, basically a trampling on human rights. We are going back to the days that was before we were born. Mr. West, what's up? Good morning. That sort of thing. So go ahead and look it up. Don't say Trev say. And you all need to be following what's going on politically. I know a lot of people keep saying, oh, I'm in a politics. Me not pay politics no man. You need to pay politics attention because it affects you. Okay? Politics affects you just as much as it affects everybody else. And if you're going to be living in this world, you're going to pay attention to the things that are going to affect you. All right? So, Mr. Westmoreland, good morning. And with that being said, we're going to go on over to talk a little bit about what we have read so far in the Bible. So for this week, we read the book of Job. We read the book of Songs of Solomon. And yesterday we started reading the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah is going to take us a little bit. It's going to take us a while. Jeremiah has quite a few chapters. So it's going to take us a little bit. But the book of Job, after we had read the book of Job, I know a lot of people had questions. I have questions that Auntie Trev can't answer. I can't answer the questions about what was going on with Job and his friends. I just read it so that you all can become aware of really what is in the book, what the book entails. Put your what's up. The people who are the characters in the story. Because I've heard many sermons talk about Job and Job's experience, but none of the sermons has brought me as much clarity. I don't know why I say clarity, because it still left me with a lot of confusion. The book of Job. Having read it for myself has brought me more clarity than listening to somebody retell it from a pulpit, if you get what I mean. Because when I read it for myself, I realize that the story hasn't half been told. Yeah, and if there was ever such a story, if something like that ever happened in real life, if it really happened, the book of Job didn't do justice to this story. Somebody said it's because some of it was from them rewriting the stories in the Bible. They may have left out intricate parts that would have made the story more salivating. And I say that is true, that is true, because the story ended braps. Yeah, I know what I mean. The story just ended braps. All the characters weren't held accountable, particularly because in the beginning of the story, it said God was talking to Satan, and the sons of God came before the Lord, and Satan was among them. And God asked Satan, what you doing here? And Satan says, from walking up and down and to and fro the earth, I'm here. And Satan said, and God said to him, have you ever considered my servant Job? I don't know why God singled out Job. Maybe because Job was so orthodox in his compliance with the doctrine. God singled him out and said, have you considered my servant Job? So I don't know if God had sent Satan out on a mission, because I would believe that God would know whatever mission Satan is doing, right? Yeah. So apparently, Satan was out on this mission to make people sick, to destroy people, and all these things. And he had not touched Job up until that point. So I don't know if that was why God asked him, have you ever considered my servant Job? And Satan say, well, yeah, he served you, he does all these things, but I bet you if you took away everything that he has, I bet you will turn his back on you. And then God gives Satan permission and say, okay, try me. Go on. Go on, go take away everything that he has. And Satan went and did just that. He blew this wind, and this wind blew down the house and took all of Job's children, and and then on top of that, the the pirates came and they took the animals and they slew the servants who were watching the animals, and Job was brought down to zero, to nothing. Then he was filled with sores and all of this destruction, right, Joseph? All of this destruction that came to Job. But I don't see where it said Job was made aware that it was Satan. God had given permission to do all of this to him. Those things were not revealed in the story. So the story still leave me wanting. Job's friends came to see him. His friends were being practical, if you ask me. I thought his friends were being practical. His friends were asking him, why you continue to be so loyal and so faithful to this God, and look what this God has done to you. Where is he? Why can't you call him? Why can't you talk to him? What's going on? Why has he abandoned you? Normally, this kind of wicked affliction is reserved for people who are extremely wicked, and nobody really knows you to be wicked. We know you to be upright, and you are always doing the will of this God. We believe you have always been taking care of the poor and the widow and the elderly and the sick and all of that, and for that your God has rewarded you with massive amounts of wealth and servants, because back then in the Bible, if the more slaves they had, the wealthier they were considered. Anyway, yeah. So that was Job being blessed for his dedication to this doctrine. But then now, here was Job also suffering the same way somebody who they would consider to be someone who has not accepted this doctrine. He was suffering the same way. Fred, what's up? Job was suffering the same way. So his friends had valid concerns, like, how comes you suffering just like I'm going to say unbelievers? Shouldn't you get preferential treatment from your God? Just like how we have been taught that he gives preferential treatment to those who serve him, and especially to those who especially to those who go out of their way to do more. The more you do to serve him is the more wealth you have, is the more favor you get from him. How comes you not getting those favors? Maybe you do something wrong, man. You do something wrong what we don't know about. Yeah, we don't know about it, but him know about it. That's why I'm a punish you. That was his friend's argument. And I think the arguments were fair and reasonable. But apparently, Job's God didn't think so. Because at the end of the story, the friends get a good cussing out, and then they were ordered to go sacrifice. Go make sacrifices and bow down in front of Job. Like, bring the sacrifices to Job so Job can offer up these sacrifices so they could get forgiveness. A very, very weird story. It's almost like switching the blame. Because I did not see where Satan was punished. I didn't even see another conversation between God and Satan as it pertains to Job and Job's condition. But instead, his friends his friends who were asking valid questions, they were the ones who got the good cussing. They were the ones who were considered to be so sinful. So it does leave me with a measure of confusion, to be honest with you. It does. But, like I say all the time, I'm not surprised. Because the things that are in the Bible, they surprise you when you have to read them for yourself. Yeah. Oh, wow, guys. The sun is starting to come up. It's just starting to go up. Hold on, let me move my computer from here so people. Because at the nightstand me I use, you know, have enough room for my computer and this and that, the devil knows what. But hey, I can't forget you make me stretch to the ceiling. Oh, being in mind, it is impossible. I can't stop working with you. You walk me like a stallion. All right. Okay, people. Me move that now. So now I have a little bit more room. I want me just a sing a little while. Hold on the people. Okay. Alright, see there? You all are going to be enjoying the North Carolina sunrise. And this is the only window of my house where I can get this experience. The only window where I can get this beautiful experience. Look at it, guys. See the color start changing? Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So as that is happening, we are going to be reading the Bible here. We are on to the book of Jeremiah. We are on to the book of Jeremiah. For those of you who are just coming, those of you who are just joining us, if you are new on my page, on my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you are one of the travelers who have been here with me for a while, if you are brand new here, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. In the early morning lives, we usually do the Bible reading. Now, please note that when you see me over here reading the Bible, I am not preaching. I am not endorsing any particular religion or denomination. I do neither. What I am doing is reading the Bible for myself, and I'm sharing that experience with you all. Okay? And we are following the storylines so we get context. We get the context of the content in the Bible. Now, yesterday when we started reading the book of Jeremiah, it started out with Jeremiah. It started out with Jeremiah being, it says Jeremiah claims to be talking with God. God is telling Jeremiah how how disappointed he is, how angry he is that the children of Israel have left Israel and they have gone north. They have abandoned him and they are now up there worshiping other gods. He implores Jeremiah to tell the people to come back to rebuild Jerusalem. He wants them to come back and set up themselves round about the city. And there is some elements of concern when it comes to the conversation, because it seems to me as though, according to Jeremiah, according to Jeremiah, it appears as though God is telling him to entice these people under false pretenses, to sort of to trick them into coming back. Now, because I have read the book of Jeremiah in its entirety before, I can tell you that there is some veracity to that. But for the intents and purposes of this morning's readings, I'm going to pretend that I haven't read that and just base what I'm saying now on what I have read so far. And what I have read so far indicates, at this point, dubiously indicates that the Lord is setting up some kind of a trap for the children of Israel to return to Jerusalem. And he's using Jeremiah as the mouthpiece. And even these things makes me wonder, like, God is almighty, God is all powerful. Um, did God not know? Was he never aware that the children of Israel at some point were going to turn their backs on him? Couldn't he have put in some kind of measure to ensure that Israel was never broken down, since Israel meant so much to him? Where was he when all these people were deflecting and running away and leaving this doctrine? Why would he have waited until all these people had run away and gone abroad for him to now seek out a prophet to call them back? Why is he whining to Jeremiah? Why is he fussing about the other people who are worshiping? According to him, they are worshiping these stones, and these stones he's talking about are like the gods that the people made out of stone and wood, or whatever they made their gods out of. And he's saying nobody from that side, meaning nobody who is not a descendant of Jacob, those people are not deflecting from their doctrine to come join the doctrine of the children of Israel. But the children of Israel are deflecting to go join them. And he sees that as such a bad thing. But I'm like, he's in control of everything. So why didn't he do something about it? Why couldn't he do something about it? And of course, yes, the people on the other side are not going to deflect to come join the children of Israel, because the children of Israel, which we could have, oh, that's my neighbor lady. The children of Israel represents an exclusive cult. Yeah, they represented an exclusive cult where you can't just get up and join like that. You can't just come in. If you want to even come back to join, if y'all remember when we read about Nehemiah, if the people who had left wanted to come back into Jerusalem and be a part of the children of Israel, they had to prove their lineage. They had to be able to prove, like, my great 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 grandfather was a Benjaminite. Oh, my great great grandmother told me that um this is where she's from, so that the elders could determine whether or not that person was indeed a descendant of Jacob and worthy, and thereby worthy of being accepted back into their clan. So if God had all this authority, all of this could have been avoided, in my estimation. Yeah, all of it could have been avoided. But I guess it was his way of keeping this story. And that's why I said there is so much doubt in these stories about whether or not these stories actually occurred, that I'm not mad at anybody for being mad at at the Bible. I'm not mad at anybody for having questions because I have questions too. And I'm always saying, like, if these things that the Bible say happened, like these all these miracles and all these things, if they occurred then in humanity, why aren't they occurring now? What has made the difference? And people say, oh, we're too sinful. You tell me, so the people in the Bible weren't sinful? All those murders and all those things that were happening, the people weren't sinful? So your argument really don't hold any water. And I don't understand how back then there were all these people who were claiming that they were having these one-on-one conversations with this God. Nowadays people say, oh yes, it's true because I have had one-on-one conversation with God. Let me sit in on one of those conversations, please, so I can hear what he's saying. You know what y'all gonna tell me? Oh, Trev, because you have doubts, you are not going to hear him. I'm the only one who's going to hear it. You all are living in this imaginary world that I don't know if it's mental health issues or what. I don't know. But y'all are really living in this imaginary world. And it's almost like the same thing like these people who are in the stories. Like, it's imaginary because nobody else can experience it. And if no other human can experience the experience that you are having, then how am I going to verify that an experience is real? I can't verify it. I know you're going to say, but Trev, it's not for you to verify. Well, I'm not going to join in the fantasy and the craziness then. Don't expect me to. That's my piece. That's my piece for right now. So let me move on because I don't have the whole day. I don't have the whole day. I'm going to go and enjoy the sunrise. And let us read. Let us read. I'm going to read Jeremiah chapter 7. That's where we're going to start today. So in Jeremiah chapter 7, that's where we're starting today. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, stand in the gate of the Lord's house, and proclaim there this word, and say, hear the word of the Lord, all ye of Judah, that enter in at these gates to worship the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. There's always quid pro quo when it comes down to the Lord. You do this for me, I do that for you. You not do this for me not do that for you. Like, why? Like, why? Why you gotta get up every day and be a slave? If God made everybody and God already made us and made us with the traits with which he made us, and already know all these things that we are going to do or we're not going to do, I don't see the need for us to go back and be praising and be on our knees every day and asking him to change us and do all of this. I don't know. I have so many questions. Because why would I be asking God to change me when he already made me the way he made me? And his work is complete when it comes to me. His work is complete. So if Trev gonna be a murderer, she gonna be with regardless, because that's how I already made her. If she gonna be kind, she gonna be like that regardless, because that's how I already made her. Right? But no, I have to go back to him every day to say, I need you to change me. So does that mean that God is pliable? God's intentions are pliable. He can make me one way, but I can go back and ask him to change me. I don't know, people. I don't know. I don't know. I just ask these questions. They pop in my head and I ask them because I just feel like they're relevant. It just seems crazy to me. But anywho, God ain't talking to me right now. He's talking to Jeremiah. So let's move right along. So Jeremiah says, God says to him, thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. Okay? Him said the people that mustn't trust in a lying words where somebody else may be introducing them to a temple and saying, this is the temple of the Lord, this is the temple of the Lord. They shouldn't trust that. They should trust him. For if he thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if he thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor, if he oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt, then will I cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, forever and ever. Behold, ye trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will ye steal, murder, and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not, and come and stand before me in this house which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations? In this house, which is called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, even I have seen it, saith the Lord. So that's another chastising. Oh wow, the sunrise is so beautiful. Let us continue. Verse 12. But go he now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. So you hear, me, I don't understand this at all. So you hear God tell them, say, you don't hear about me. You don't know what me can do. It look like you don't know, say. You don't know, say, me will destroy you and destroy everything we related to you. If you never hear about it, you go up a Shiloh, go find out. Go up a Shiloh, go find out. Make them tell you what me do to the people them up there because they were wicked. I don't know. Something does sound too godly about the things I read in the Bible. But me go continue. Anyway. He says, go ye now unto my place which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people Israel. And now, because he have done all these works, said the Lord, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but ye heard not, and I called you, but ye answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercessions to me, for I will not hear. What's the point? You don't hear that? You don't hear how vengeful this God is, how he must swing round in might against the vulnerable? You hear what I said to Jeremiah? Jeremiah says so. I don't know if anybody tell Jeremiah so, but Jeremiah said, God tell him, say, them people here too wicked. Don't pray for them. For those of you who are wondering, let me just read that from, I just read it from Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 16. God said to Jeremiah, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercessions to me, for I will not hear thee. So Jeremiah can't bother pray for the people them. He can't bother beg God to intervene on their behalf, because God already tells him, I'm not going to hear, I'm not going to intervene, I don't plan on doing anything good for these people. So then again, somebody tell me, why then would God still be the one telling Jeremiah to tell these people to come back to Jerusalem? What is the purpose? What is going to be the purpose of the people coming back? Why is God upset that the people left and are now gone north and are now serving other gods? Why is he acting so hurt that they are gone, that he would tell Jeremiah to plead with them to come back, and then in the same breath say to Jeremiah, them people are wicked, them people are gone up, they gone serve other gods, Me want you tell them people about me, or me wicked and dangerous, Remind them what I did up at Shiloh, Make them go look and see what I did up at Shiloh, or me destroy that the place there, I make them know say that me will do to them, I don't want you forward up here so with no prayer, with no intercession, no ask me if you do nothing good for them, because me not listen, me not hear, me don't want to hear nothing. That make you have questions? If that no make you have questions, brother, unu gullible bad. Unu gullible bad. But let me continue. Let me continue. Let that vehicle that pass. Let us continue. God said, I will not hear thee. God also says in verse 17, you don't see what they have done in the city of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. So here he's justifying what he just said to Jeremiah. Have you not seen, see what these people have done in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. So at this point, the people them provoke God. So yeah, that is some kind of gaslighting, if you ask me. God, who has control over the people and the people's thoughts and actions, is going to be upset that what the people are doing is angering him, is stirring up his wrath. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That sounds like the traits of an ordinary man. That doesn't sound like the trait of a God, somebody who has power over everything, somebody who has control over everything that happens, that has happened or will happen. This sounds like somebody whining about something over which they have no control. But let me continue. Let me continue. He says, the children are gathering wood, the fathers are kindling fire, they are making, the women are making dough, they are baking cakes to the queen of heaven. We don't know which queen of heaven they're talking about, but I believe it is, since it says that they are worshiping other gods, I think that is part of the other doctrine. Is part of the other doctrine is that there has to be a female, there has to be a woman in the mix, because Judaism does not include a woman in the doctrine as being part of the deity. It have Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It have only men. But this alternate doctrine that was there at the time, they acknowledge that if there had to be a man there, then there had to be a woman as well. So this queen of heaven, some people appreciated that idea, that concept, that there had to be a woman among the godheads, if you will. So God not like that. Jeremiah's God not like that. He said them a bake cakes to this queen of heaven, and they are provoking him to anger. He says, "Do they provoke me to anger, saith the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast and upon the trees of the field and upon the fruits of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched." So God is so angry that instead of turning the people's heart, because if it's God have control, right? God is be able to turn the people's heart. But instead of working on the people's hearts over which he has control and turning them away from what he considers to be destructive for them, he is going to make it more destructive for them. He might go burn down everything. He might go slay all of the people. He might go burn up all of the animals. He might go burn up the trees. So anybody who survive now have no food. He might go like like really? Like really? This is how angry. Zion, what's up? This is how angry this God is. And he might go send fire and burn up everything, and this fire shall not be quenched. Thus said the Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, pour your burnt offerings into your sacrifices. No, not pour. Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices, and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. Really? Really? How God I tell Jeremiah, say never talk to them about no burnt offering when they leave Egypt? But Moses said you did. Hold on, the people, make we read this again. Make sure so we understand this properly. Let's read it again. He says, Jeremiah said, God said to him, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices. Huh. What I mean by I said not, I didn't say that. Hold on there. Hold on there. Let me write this down for my little note here. So hold on there. So this is Jeremiah 7 and verse 22. God say, hold on, let me write it down, sir. God say he didn't tell their forefathers. He didn't tell the forefathers of the children of Israel about the sacrifice of burnt offering. Okay, let us read that again. Let us read it again, my people. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, mine anger and my fury shall be burnt out upon this place, upon man and upon beast and upon the trees of the field and upon the fruits of the ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, put your burnt offerings into your sacrifices and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings and sacrifices. But this thing commanded I them. Let me hear what he had commanded them. Saying, obey my voice, and I will be your God. In some never tell them say fi go sacrifice no animal. In tell them say fi obey his voice, and he will be their God. And he shall be my people, and walk ye in all the ways that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. Guys, we are going to maintain in memory this here, Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 21 through to 23, because we are definitely going to need to come back to this. Okay? Because all of what we have read, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Moses say God told him, gave him these instructions about these sacrifices. So here now Jeremiah say God tell him that he never ordered their foreparents. He didn't give any instructions about any sacrifices. What he said he told them was for them to obey his voice, and he will be their God, and they will be his people, and to walk in all the ways that he have commanded them, and it will be good with them. And he went on to say, now he's still complaining to Jeremiah. He goes on in 24 and he says, but they did not listen. They did not incline in their ear. They walked in the counsel and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backwards and not forward. They walked in the imagination of their own heart. Is that an admission that all of this is really just imagination? Michibu, what's up? We are on Jeremiah chapter 7, and we just finished reading chapter 7 verse 24. Let's go to 25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt until this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. God rise up early and send the prophets. Hmm. And over time, say, oh, Trev, I take everything too literally. So how else must I take it if me don't take it literally? It's presented to me as a literal stuff, right? So that's why I'm taking it literally. He says, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt until this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. They did worse than their fathers. Let's move along. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, This is a nation that obeys not the voice of the Lord their God, nor receive correction. Truth is perished, and is cut off from their mouth. Cut off thy hair. That means your Hair. This is God I talk to Jeremiah, I know. Oh, okay, my love, no problem. Let us continue. He says to Jeremiah, cut off your hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away. Now, this I don't think is the. Wait, let me not say anything. Let me continue reading before I say anything. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord hath rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. Okay, so you know, those of you who were here when we read about um Molech, that is why you see. Let me just say this: unless you have read the entire Bible and have been committed to the stories and the characters and the social occurrences, some parts of the Bible, when you read it, you are not going to understand what they are talking about. Because, for example, now they are talking about the sacrificing of children. If you had not read in the Bible where there was Molech, the god who was requiring that the people sacrificed babies, children, literal children. If you had not read that, you were going to be wondering, like, what the hell are they talking about? Because it doesn't say it here. It doesn't say it. So you might be left baffled. And that is one of my problems with the Bible. The stories are incomplete. So let us continue reading this. He says, they have built in the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart. He said, never come in my heart if ever ask anybody to sacrifice their child. You remember Abraham did go with Isaac up on one mountain to go sacrifice him. And say God did tell him so. Okay. God say that thought has never come to him to tell anybody if he go sacrifice no child. But remember Abraham, right? Abraham did go up on the mountain with Isaac, ready to go sacrifice him. Because he said God told him so to sacrifice Isaac. Well, right here, so God say he has that thought has never come to his head. All right. Let us continue. Let us continue. He says, that thought never had come into my heart. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son of Enom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet till there be no place. And the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven, and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah, and from the streets of Jerusalem, the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. All right. Okay. I don't know what happened here, so don't hold on there. Let me turn this around. All right, this sun will come up, but let me turn this around so that we can talk. Me no want. Michibu, what's up? What you doing? Let me see what Michibu say right here. Guys, when you come in, don't forget, a little tap will work, you know. A little tap will work. Those of you on the tube I'm talking about. Somebody says, that's why I would like the idea of a Jamaican doing what you're doing and do it in audio. That's why I think these people write what them want write. And not no go so. And maybe if we get the original. You know, the thing is, with a lot of these stories, oh, thank you, my love. And a sunset now, boo, a sunrise. She said the sunset is beautiful. And a sunset now, a sunrise. Yeah. So, yeah. yes, people. So here, according to Jeremiah, as soon as me feel better, me I start trouble. And I don't want to be smitten, you know. But listen, people, want to hear this. So, according to Jeremiah here, Jeremiah says, God has told him, you know, say, look at those people over there who are sacrificing their sons and their daughters. Something that I would never think of asking my people to do. And this has struck me because I have read the rest of the Bible, and particularly around there in Genesis, Exodus, somewhere around there where Abraham said God told him to sacrifice Isaac. And though he did not